Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. I'm Nathan Gobes, filling in for Jeffrey Davis this morning. Firstly, I want to thank MTP Software, the hosts of our studio here. They're the leader in entertainment and sports CRM. And now I want to introduce our next guest, Jake Murphy, Director of Business Development at Gentreo. Welcome, Jake.
Thank you very much.
So, Jake, tell us a bit about Gentreo. We had some of the founders on our show a long ways back.
Yeah.
A lot has changed on our end. I'm sure there's a lot that's changed on your end.
Yeah, a little bit.
So fill our listeners and viewers in who are not familiar with Gentreo, and then I think you're here to talk about Gentreo Pets as well, correct?
I am, yes. So Gentreo, really is the easiest and most efficient way to create an estate plan without the need for an expensive lawyer. When you talk about estate planning with most people, they have this misconception that it's reserved for the super rich. You bring up concepts like healthcare proxies and trusts and powers of attorneys and wills, and people think that it's this long, crazy, complicated process. And Gentreo really stepped in to be the solution to all that. Because of that misconception, 60% of families in America don't have any kind of estate plan put together. So we just wanted to come in and be the easiest and most efficient way to fix all that.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
right now we're working on Gentreo Pets, which is going to be kind of the newest step in Gentreo.
Yeah, and from what I understand about that, it sounds like a pretty interesting new addition to the estate planning process, and one that I'm sure many people have considered, but probably didn't include in their estate previously.
Yeah, so Gentreo as a whole, we're trying to revolutionize the estate planning industry, but even within that, pets are becoming a bigger and bigger part of estate planning. Especially people my age, they're getting pets instead of having kids, and when you treat a pet like a family member, you want to make sure that you have the proper paperwork in place to take care of them. So we're trying to be at the forefront of all that.
And without working with Gentreo, would a normal estate planner be able to or consider these kinds of additions, or is this?
Well, a pet power of attorney, technically speaking, it's a really new concept.
Yeah,
for
it's
estate
not a
planning.
standard.
Some places don't really see it as a legally binding document, but where it matters in the animal industry, in the vet industry, it gives them some direction. It gives them some assurance that the person bringing in your pet when you're not available, has the ability to make these decisions on your behalf. And I'm sure you could get it through the traditional estate planning method, but again, it's going to cost you way more than you need to, and it's just more of a hassle than what you could get through Gentreo.
Yeah, and a lot of people are extremely close to their pets. They want to make sure that they're treated properly, that somebody's going to be able to take care of them, and that it isn't treated like it's just a sticky note on top of the estate.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And don't forget about the dog.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the examples I go to. Even though I say it may not be technically a legally binding document yet, if you bring a pet power of attorney, you have that established and in place, and you bring that to a veterinarian clinic. If your pet needs help and you're unavailable, you're going to get a lot farther with that than the sticky note you left on the fridge for your pet sitter.
Right. For those that aren't familiar, would a normal veterinarian turn that kind of thing away?
No. It's kind of a twofold thing. It gives your pet sitter, the legal authority to make some decisions on your behalf, but then it also gives whatever pet institute they're bringing your pet to more direction and the ability to uphold, your wishes when you're unavailable. A good example of when it's really necessary and when it's important to have one, I have a buddy of mine, Benjamin, in college who our senior year, we found a litter of 5 abandoned kittens.
Wow.
Yeah, and we took him in and we nursed him back to health, and he ended up adopting one, and I took in 2, and we got the rest of them adopted.
Great.
Which, it was really, really interesting experience. But, after college, he decided to join the Navy, and, I can't get into exactly what he's going to be doing, but if something happened to his cat, it's going to be a little tough to get a hold of him
Right.
miles under the surface in a submarine. So, that's really when a document like a pet power of attorney is going to hold some real power and importance.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's interesting. And I think an aspect that most people hadn't thought about is, overseas, and vacations as well.
Yeah, vacations are a big one. Anytime you're going to be away from your pet for, a good amount of time, you're going to want to put something like this in place, because if something happens, how are you going to make sure that your wishes are upheld? And it's just going to make the process a lot easier. There's two kind of main areas of pet power of attorney that are important, just like with a regular power of attorney, and that's, the limited power of attorney and the durable power of attorney. And the limited's kind of more for you're going on vacation. It's a limited amount of time. Once you get back, you can revoke it if you wish. And then
Right.
the durable is more talking your full estate plan, making sure your wishes for your pet are upheld.
So would you say somebody who's either considering vacation or something along those lines, would you say that they should come to you even if they don't have other estate needs for their pet aspect, or
They
is
can,
it better
yeah,
if
but,
they're coming for everything?
I mean, honestly, every adult should have their estate plan put in place, because it's one of those things where if you don't have it and you end up needing it, it's going to cause a lot of hassle. And, that's why I love Gentreo so much, because it's so easy to go in and create your estate plan. And, it's not one of those 10 minutes in and out, here's your will, see you
Yeah,
later.
yeah.
We work with you and we want to build a relationship with you. So even if you're just getting your pet, we're going to give you some very state-specific documents and keep in touch with you with what goes on in your life, and tell you what needs to be updated, and give you education if you need it, give you all those resources. And then for the rest of your estate plan, we make it as easy as possible to go through, and you give us your choices, your information, and we give you exactly what you need to have an easy and complete estate plan all put together.
Great, that's wonderful. Maybe let's talk a little bit more about the business, and I would love to hear, for those that did catch the past interview with the Gentreo co-founders, what's kind of happened in the last few years? How have you guys been doing? How have you been growing, and where do things go from here?
We've been doing great. I mean, my main focus has been kind of getting into this pet area, which I'm really excited about. Like I said, we're revolutionizing the entire market there. In terms of users, we're growing every single day. It's been a great experience so far for me. I love working with, people and telling them about Gentreo, and people seem to be really excited about it. So,
Have you found that the pets angle, is it competitive? It sounds like not yet,
it
but
absolutely is competitive.
Okay.
I mean, we run an ad on Facebook. We run several ads on Facebook, but the one that does the best is, don't leave your dog out in the cold. Even, better than the ones about your kids. 'Cause people love their animals, and
yeah.
it's as we saw a huge market need for something like the pet POA, so we wanted to get ahead of the game. And as more people realize that they need these kind of documents, I think exciting things are going to be coming soon.
Great. And it sounds like you guys have a method and a platform that can both save time and money.
Yeah,
Saving
absolutely.
on the cost of a estate attorney.
Yeah, like I said, we don't use you don't need an expensive lawyer to come in and make an estate plan. So we give you the exact platform you need. You come in, we bring in users who they'll set up their account, which is completely free with the emergency card. The emergency card is just some basic information that we believe everyone should have access to in the case of an emergency. And then once you become a member, you can pick which document you want to start creating and go through all of them. We give you, list out all the different things you're going to need to be thinking about in terms of creating this document. Once you're done with that, we take your information and your choices, and we give you a PDF with very state-specific directions on how to get it, legalized. And once you execute it, you re-upload it into Gentreo's Family Vault, which is where you store, all of your important documents, not just Gentreo, but any other important documents you want to keep in your vault. Then you select your team, which is the people you want to share each specific document with. You can share all documents with one person or pick and choose who gets what. And, like I said, we give you state-specific instructions, and we build the relationship with you to keep in touch. And as your life changes and as your state laws change, we let you know what you need to be changing in your estate plan to keep it up to date. And it's way cheaper than using a lawyer, and it's faster and efficient, and it's educational. You can learn a whole lot through Gentreo. So
Great.
it's a great platform. It's all your choices and all your information. We just provide, the platform to make it happen.
Great. And if somebody wanted to find out more about Gentreo Pets, or sign up for the platform, how could they do that?
They could go to gentreo.com, which is GENTREO.com.
Great. Want to remind everyone we've been speaking with Jake Murphy, the Director of Business Development at Gentreo. And I want to thank everyone for listening. This has been Radio Entrepreneurs. You can follow us on YouTube, iTunes, Google Play, and of course we're on LinkedIn as well, so please connect with us there. We'll be back with more stories after this.